In today's episode, we walk the railroad, and these rails haven't seen rail cars ride over them in ages. Railroad history in the United States is nearly as old as the country itself, dating back to the mid-1820s. All trains are fascinating when they are still in service, but abandoned trains seem to put the cherry on top. They can tell a long-forgotten story, and the freight they carried. The train we discovered on the abandoned Scenic Railroad tracks did impress. And what a story it told. This is an old logging train. With so many logging freight cars, it's easy to tell. This train ran in the Pacific Northwest and delivered a lot of lumber and fixed bridges, among other things. On this train, we found a real treat. It had a logging crane in it. I was able to find the data plate for this crane. It's an American Ohio crane. Over 100 years ago, American Hoist and Derrick Company designed and built the first steam-powered locomotive cranes. In 1928, they built the first locomotive crane that used an internal combustion engine, and then in 1941 they developed the first diesel-electric powered locomotive crane. In June of 1960, Ohio Locomotive Crane purchased the locomotive crane division from the Wellman Engineering Company and started building diesel-electric locomotive cranes. This crane was truly awesome to climb on and investigate.
There's the railroad track. This is home, never alone. So we are at what we believe to be the abandoned train cars of the Mountaineer Scenic Railroad. It was a little bit of a journey to find this. There are no access points anywhere, so we literally had to bushwhack through some heavy bush to try to go undetected before finally giving up, hitting the paved or the highway for a little bit, coming back down to where we thought we could find it, and bingo, here we are. I do apologize for my gimbal work here. I am new doing this. Now you know you want to get up there, Chris. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it seems... Look at that old, rusted out iron. Okay, so I am now on top of one of the boxcars, which proved to be a little challenging, but I made it. This railway is going to be completely overgrown. And this place will be completely hidden. Look at that big scoop.
The completion of the railroads, to the west following the Civil War, opened up vast areas of the regions to settle. Settlers came from all over, poured across the Mississippi to mine, farm, and ranch. As fortunes were made and lost by railroad tycoons and lumber mill owners, working conditions in the logging camps and on the railroad were hard and hazardous. Workers, and oftentimes their families, lived in transient logging camps that were transported by rail and picked up and moved frequently as logging operations continued further into the forested area. The camp life was hard and a true Wild West, full of accidents, alcohol, and the related hazards of each. The huge herds of American bison that roamed the plains were almost wiped out, and farmers plowed the natural grasses to plant wheat and other crops. The cattle industry rose in importance, as the railroad provided a practical means for getting the cattle to market. Beginning in the early 1870s, railroad construction in the United States increased dramatically. Prior to 1871, approximately 45,000 miles of track had been laid. Between 1871 and 1900, another 170,000 miles were added to the nation's growing railroad system. Much of the growth can be attributed to the building of the transcontinental railroads. In 1862, Congress passed the Pacific Railway Act, which authorized the construction of a transcontinental railroad. The first such railroad was completed on May 10, 1869. By 1900, 4 additional transcontinental railroads connected the eastern states with the Pacific coast.
Well, there we go. That's a shot right there. One of us can get up in there. Oh God, that's a steep. Yeah, there's a little bit of a log. One of us would have to hold the gear while the other get in there. outside structures, so you never know what you're going to find. A piece of history forgotten, left to the ravages of time and neglect.
Laying track and living in and among the railroad construction camps was often very difficult. Railroad construction crews were not only subjected to extreme weather conditions, they had to lay tracks across and through many natural geographical features, including rivers, canyons, mountains, and desert.
Let me get a black and white shot of that too.
Like other large economic opportunity situations in the expanding nation, the railroad construction camps attracted all types of characters, almost all of whom were looking for ways to turn a quick profit, legally or illegally. Life in the camps was often very crude and rough.
Yep. Holy crap. I'm not sure if either one of us would fit in here.
No, yeah, it's tiny.
This was meant for like conductors that were very, very slender.
And fit.
But I might be able to get some good shots though of the gears and crap. Pile of rock over there. I'm gonna lift up. All right, I got it. Yeah, that's a little bit more to the right. Okay. All right, yep, and I'm gonna lower it down, 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 and drop.
All in all, it was a great find. And a great day. We love great finds like this. We had 8 log cars, 3 coal cars, 3 liquid cars, 2 utility cars, 1 kitchen car, 1 cargo car, 1 crane car, and 1 crashed drone.